Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. I'm so thrilled you're here with us today. Look, we're diving into something that is literally everywhere right now, but let's be honest, it's rarely explained simply. I'm talking about practical AI literacy. So if you've ever felt completely overwhelmed by this sudden explosion of AI tools, or, maybe you thought you needed a literal computer science degree just to use them safely, well, you're exactly in the right place. We're going to completely demystify the whole shebang today. I'm going to show you exactly how to safely and effectively navigate these tools in your daily work. And no, you don't need to be a tech genius. All right, let's just dive right in. Now, right off the bat, I want you to ask yourself this one fundamental question. Is this AI output helping you think better, or are you just letting it think for you? Shifting your mindset here is absolutely crucial. We've got to start viewing AI as a helpful assistant, not some magic replacement for our own brains. That's step one. We really need to stop seeing AI as this ultimate answer machine and start treating it like a partner. And like any good partnership, it requires our active participation. Because, see, there's this massive myth floating around right now. People think AI literacy means you have to learn how to code or deeply understand neural networks or become this master of quote-unquote prompt engineering. But in reality, real AI literacy boils down to practical human judgment and evaluation. It's really just about knowing when AI can actually help you, when it totally fails, and exactly what you need to check before you ever use its output. So spoiler alert, you don't need to be a data scientist. You just need to be a critical thinker. Okay, so here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll hit the AI literacy myth, look at a 5-part framework, compare weak versus strong AI use, walk through the safe AI workflow, spot some hidden risks, and finally wrap up with the human review rule. All right, let's kick things off with section 1, the AI literacy myth. So AI isn't just some niche, highly technical tool anymore, right? It has moved straight into the everyday workflows of creators, marketers, students, entrepreneurs, you name it. People are using it for everything from drafting quick emails to summarizing huge documents and even planning lessons. And because of this massive shift, we kind of need a new definition. Basically, AI literacy is the ability to understand, use, evaluate, and question AI tools so you can actually benefit from them without just blindly trusting them. Like we said, it's not about knowing how large language models are built from the ground up. It's just knowing how to work with these tools thoughtfully. The ultimate goal here? Use AI as your support system, but keep the final responsibility squarely on your own human shoulders. Moving right along to section 2, the 5-part framework. Now, before we actually look at the steps, I want you to burn this crucial rule into your brain. Fluency is not the same as accuracy. Seriously, this is absolutely huge. Generative AI is, well, it's incredibly good at predicting text and sounding super confident while doing it. It spits out these beautifully structured, grammatically perfect sentences. But, and this is a big but, just because an AI-generated answer sounds confident, definitely does not mean it's actually true. AI systems don't really understand truth or responsibility the way that you and I do. So what do we do about that? Well, here is a 5-part mental model to act as your safety net. Step 1 is understand. You've got to know the tool's limits. Step 2, use. Give it super clear tasks and context. Step 3 is evaluate. This one's massive, guys. Always check the quality before you trust it. Step 4 is govern. Set some personal or team rules, especially around privacy boundaries. And step 5, communicate. Figure out if you need to explain or disclose to others how AI helped you with a specific task. If you can memorize these 5 steps, I promise you, you're already way ahead of the curve. Next up, section 3, weak versus strong AI use. Let's actually look at what this looks like in practice. How does a beginner who passively trusts AI compared to an AI literate pro who actively judges and guides it? Okay, let's say you want to update an old blog post. A weak AI user, they're going to give a super vague command, something like, rewrite this article and make it better. And guess what? The AI will probably just give back generic, boring fluff. A strong user, on the other hand, provides constraints. They'll say, review this as an SEO editor. Identify outdated info and missing examples before rewriting. Do you see the difference there? We gave the AI a very specific role, a clear audience, and tight constraints. We're treating it like an editing partner, not some kind of magic wand. And hey, here's another incredibly important example, this time about privacy. A weak user might literally copy and paste raw private client notes, complete with real names and financial details, straight into a public AI chatbot just to get a quick summary. Now ask yourself, would you ever intentionally leak sensitive client data on the open internet? No way, of course not. So a strong user scrubs that data first. They strip out identifying details, they use placeholders like client A, and they delete any sensitive financial numbers before they even think about prompting the AI. AI literacy definitely means knowing what kind of information should just never be shared.
All right, moving to section 4, the safe AI workflow.
Look, writing a stellar prompt is fantastic, but honestly, it's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to responsible AI use. Let's walk through the actual start-to-finish workflow you should be following. It's 6 steps. First, define the task and classify the risk level. Second, prompt it with high context. Third, inspect that first output. Seriously, don't just blindly accept it. Fourth, verify what actually matters, like double-checking those facts and statistics. Fifth, edit with your human judgment so you can inject your own unique voice. And finally, decide what the heck to do with it. Use it, revise it, or just throw it out entirely. The absolute key takeaway here is to always frame AI outputs as rough drafts that need to be heavily inspected.
Which brings us to section 5, hidden risks to watch for.
So having poor AI literacy isn't just inefficient, it can actually be straight up dangerous. If you skip that crucial review step we just went over, you're opening yourself up to some serious landmines. We're talking baked-in bias, incredibly generic outputs that'll just tank your brand, and the biggest, most common trap of all, hallucinations. Okay, imagine you're doing some research, and you read that, according to the Global AI Workforce Report 2026, 85% of employers require AI literacy skills. Wow, looks incredibly authoritative, right? It's got a clear source, a very specific percentage. Well, guess what? That entire statistic is a complete AI hallucination. The report doesn't exist at all. The number is totally made up. AI tools can, and definitely will, fabricate report names, authors, and citations that sound 100% real. And honestly, this proves exactly why you have to verify your sources before you ever publish anything. To protect yourself from those kinds of risks, you've got to follow the golden rule of AI safety. Always match your task to the specific risk level. So for low-risk stuff like brainstorming some fun ideas, go wild, use AI freely, have fun with it. But for medium to high-risk tasks like, say, writing public content that represents your business or brand, you must review it heavily. And for ultra-high-risk tasks, we're talking seeking medical, legal, or financial advice, you've got to avoid using AI as the final authority entirely. You really have to know when it's time to escalate things to actual human accountability. And finally, Section 6, the Human Review Rule. All right, this is where we really cement the idea that no matter how incredibly smart AI gets, the human user, that's you, must always maintain final responsibility over the work. In fact, if you take away just one single practical tool from this whole explainer, please make it this checklist. Every knowledge worker, creator, and student needs to run through this before ever hitting publish or send. Ready? Accuracy. Are the claims actually true? Usefulness. Does this really help the reader, or is it just word soup? Context. Does it actually fit your specific audience and tone? Privacy. Did you accidentally leave any sensitive info in there? And originality. Is your actual human voice and unique insight present, or does it sound like a robot just spit it out? I really want to drive home this core mindset shift for you today. Treat AI output as a rough draft. It is not a finished product. A truly healthy relationship with artificial intelligence actually requires a bit of friction. You should pause, evaluate things, actively disagree with the AI, rewrite its sentences, and apply your own editorial judgment. Let's be real, if you're just copying and pasting, you're not really doing the work. And that leaves us with one final, incredibly important question to ponder as we wrap up here. AI can draft it, for sure, but who decides? Ultimately, the quality, the safety, and the integrity of the final work depend entirely on you. You've got the practical judgment. You hold the responsibility. You are the final editor. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this explainer today. If you start applying these frameworks to your daily workflow, I guarantee you'll be using AI with so much more confidence and control. Keep learning, stay curious, and I'll catch you next time.